I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. If you wanna come on Impulsive and talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're gonna handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
Logan Paul has finally released his response to Coffeezilla's three-part series about him, and man, it's spicy. We originally expected a whole entire Impulsive episode about this, but now we've just been given this 7-minute video packed with accusations and defenses.
Coffeezilla. I watched your 3-part series called Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, and like many on this platform, you have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment, and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions.
So Logan starts his video by stating that he's watched all 3 parts of Coffeezilla's video about him, and now he's ready to make his counterclaim. Not only is Logan defending himself in this video, but as we're gonna see, Logan is actually ready to make some attacks of his own.
So in this video today, I'm going to be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, Coffeezilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core discrepancies that I caught in Coffeezilla's investigation. Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process. I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Who we'll be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm earning $50,000 a week.
Which, side note, is how this delusionist landed on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits? Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven, you still have to believe it. And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has turned out to be a professional con man that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me.
So as we hear from Logan at this point, it's not really his fault that all of this was happening. It's his management's fault for associating with these people, and then it's his hiring team's fault for hiring an actual criminal who took the project and held it hostage, and also associating with Eddie Ibanez, who apparently is a known scammer, a known con artist, also screwed over their project. It seems to me like Logan is really just dodging responsibility a little bit here, but in the next part of the video, he takes it one step further, insinuating that Coffeezilla is actually doing illegal stuff himself.
Surely a real internet detective would not break criminal and civil laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then, more like an internet criminal, post it online.
And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Logan even went as far as outing one of the fans who testified on Coffeezilla's video. You know, the one that claimed that him and his kids were invested in this project.
Surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why? Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy.
Even further in the video, we see Logan Paul explain a little bit about all of the other people involved in the scam, all of the other ones who took advantage of him, and we finally get an update on the infamous Jake the Crypto King and Eddie Ibanez.
Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer, stole $1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team. While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with CryptoZoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining ruining his reputation. Con man Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back.
Now it's at this point that we see that Logan has full intention of suing Coffeezilla. After he sort of points out all of the bad actors who weaseled him and went behind his back during the project, he actually went as far as making a direct threat to Coffeezilla.
I got everything stolen from me in our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it.
Now Logan seems pretty serious here, and he seems pretty pissed off. Not only has he been snaked by his own friends and associates who took money behind his back and went behind his personal messages to them, but then he was also kind of forced into silence because of the authorities that were involved in him getting what he deserved back. Now, Coffeezilla has also destroyed his reputation to his own fans and to the applause of many of the people that have been waiting to take him down. But it's also obvious that Logan Paul doesn't feel like he's actually done anything wrong here. The crypto space is filled with a bunch of sleazy people who are just waiting for the right opportunity to come and take money, even if it's from friends, associates, business partners. So to Logan, there's really nobody else to blame except for all of the other guys, all of the bad actors. But does Logan really have no blame at all in this situation? I mean, can we really say it's not his fault at all for not vetting the people that he's choosing to do business with? Can we really say it's not his fault at all for completely staying silent and allowing this project to go on for as long as it has been, and now reportedly coming back and trying to revitalize it? Can we really say none of this is to blame on him? Now, to be fair to Logan, it is completely possible that he got involved with something that maybe he was in over his head on. And that's actually something that I mentioned in one of my previous videos where I said that maybe Logan just wasn't smart enough to completely understand what he was getting himself into. But does that take away the blame? Is it really fair to assume that all he wanted to do was just make a fun game for his fans? When we saw the messages of how he wanted to launch a specific amount so that they could make a specific amount in a specific way, or is he just being a lot more methodical about his response this time to ensure that the backlash isn't as bad as what happened in Japan? Regardless, this entire situation has got a lot more complicated and a lot more exciting.
So I'm not going to come on any of your podcasts. If you want to come on Impulsive and talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
That's going to be all for now. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And also, let me know if this new update has changed or altered your perspective on this entire situation at all. Will you be investing into CryptoZoo now that you've heard Logan Paul's new update and that he's going to be putting a little bit more effort into the project? Or are you more done with Logan Paul and you believe what Coffeezilla had to say and you don't even believe that there's going to be a legitimate lawsuit to be made on Logan's part? Honestly, it's changed my perspective a little bit. I mean, I kind of assumed that Logan didn't really know what he was doing and that these people were actually able to get a one-up on him because they realized that this is some dumb, fun YouTube kid that's trying to get involved into a scene that he's not really knowledgeable about, and they figured, let's make as much money off of him as possible. But if you disagree, again, let me know in the comment section down below. Just make sure to leave a like on the video. And until next time, and until the next video, Dreamers out.